Nice outfit you got there, Sarge. Wait, don't tell me. It's the new government issue winter gear, right?
I was just over at the field hospital entertaining the refugees. It is Christmas Eve, you know.
Yeah, and we're in the middle of a war. Damn Germans couldn't wait 2 days to stomp all over half of Europe.
Who wants to celebrate a holiday in this hellhole anyway? It's good on them, I say. Gives us a reason to get back in the action early.
Alright, that's enough out of you two. Look, now I know we're in a tough spot right now, but the lieutenant's going to figure out a way to get us out of this. Maybe we can get a message to the British. They can help organize a withdrawal.
Without radio contact, we don't even know where they've set up camp. And even if somebody was stupid enough to venture out into no man's land, they wouldn't have any idea where to go. You may as well write a letter to Santa Claus.
Hey, there's an idea.
You're not serious.
It could work.
Aren't you a little old to believe in Santa Claus?
Hey, you're never too old to be open to the possibility of something positive. And it is the season for holiday miracles, after all.
Sarge, you're out of your tree. And to be honest, I never fell much for that Santa crap when I was a kid, either. Look, I grew up in the projects, and the only fat man in red long johns that ever gave me any presents was my dad. But if you want to wish on a star for some fairy tale rescue, be my guest. Me? I like reality. Right now, that reality is that we're probably all going to die when the Germans finally decide to roll right over us. I'm not looking forward to that.
Ten hut!
Great. Here comes trouble.
Was ist das?
Do you see it, mein Herr?
Yeah, but I do not believe it. Earlier this evening, Recon reported some strange air traffic over the northern border. Shortly thereafter, Intel reported that the Germans blew it out of the sky. We think we know who that craft belonged to, and it's someone we definitely don't want Hitler getting his hands on. Let's hear it, Lieutenant. Who are we after? It's Santa Claus. Not you two.
This is terrible.
Unfortunately, Santa's sleigh went down a good 5 miles behind enemy lines. We've sent a small detachment ahead to keep the German patrols busy while you make your way through. Find Santa, see if he's still alive, and bring him back in one piece.
You can count on us, sir. If Hitler thinks he can chalk up Christmas as a casualty of war while I'm still alive, he's got another thing coming.
Yeah, who's that, Sarge? Jesus. You had better have a good excuse for waking me at this hour.
Absolutely, mein Führer. We've just received word from the front. We have captured someone the Allies consider very important.
Who is it?
It's, Santa Claus, mein Führer.
Is this some kind of joke?
I am not at liberty to say. The message details the downing of a strange craft, resembling a sleigh with no obvious means of propulsion, and the bodies of 8 tiny reindeer. The sole survivor is a bearded, overweight man wearing a red suit.
No doubt an American desperately attempting to raise the morale of his fellows by putting on an act. Is he being interrogated?
Yeah. Also,
What?
all he has said so far is that you are at the very top of the naughty list. And he's glad he gave you coal instead of the finger paints you wanted when you were 5.
Is that so? Well then, tell your men to airlift this comedian to Berlin at once, so that I may personally make an example of him. The Americans will think twice before they choose to mock the chosen leader of the master race again in such a fashion.
As you wish, mein Führer.
How could he have known about the finger paints? Could it be? No, I am imagining things. And yet, if I am right,
I will go down in history as the man that brought the entire free world to its knees by destroying Christmas. I will be the ultimate ornament. Tremble in fear, allied dogs. Tremble at the might of Adolf Hitler.
Okay, Sarge, fess up. You don't think we're really on a mission to rescue Santa Claus, do you?
Private, if there's one thing I've learned in my life, it's to not question someone's faith in a higher power. Especially when that higher power is bringing good to the world.
I never had you pegged for a religious man, Sarge. Or is this higher power Lieutenant Hanson?
Hey, Christmas isn't just about presents and holiday cheer. It's a celebration of the birth of our Savior. Most people forget that.
Here we go.
I mean, ultimately, I believe that Christmas is extremely important, and that we should do everything we can to hold on to that. Not just because we're, quote, following orders. You know what I mean?
I guess. Hey, isn't that the crash site?
Looks like it. I don't see any Germans, so let's get cracking. Dust is dust.
There's nothing here, Sarge.
Why am I not surprised? Uh-oh.
Take cover!
Sarge?
Flank them and take cover in the town! Now! Over there! They're still coming, Sarge! Whew. Everyone all right?
Right as rain, Sarge.
Recon said there weren't supposed to be any crowds in the area. They just picked up Santa and split. Who were those guys, and why did they stay behind?
Hey, Sarge, this one's still alive. Okay, Fritz, talk.
They are just following orders.
Following their own higher power, I guess. They knew we were coming.
Yeah. Question is, where do we go now? I mean, the Germans just took this territory 2 days ago. Recon's got no clue where they've holed up.
Hey, let's assume Hansen's not just blowing smoke. Let's assume for a moment, not that I believe a word of it, mind you, but let's assume for a moment that the Germans really do have Santa Claus. What would they do with him?
Well, if Hitler knew about it, he'd probably have him packed up and shipped straight off to Berlin. That's what I'd do. I mean, why trust his field officers with such an important captive?
Good idea. Where's the nearest airfield?
Due east of here. I overheard the brass talking about losing it to the Germans during the big surprise push. Okay, men. Let's grab anything the Krauts may have left behind and then head back to the jeeps.
Well?
You were right, mein Führer. American troops have been spotted advancing on the airfield near where we picked up the captive.
Ha ha! I was right!
And where is Santa now?
Still at the airfield under heavy guard. He will be delivered to us once the men have finished fueling the aircraft. It will take some time.
Send another detachment of troops to reinforce the base. We cannot afford to lose him now, when victory is so certain.
At once, mein Führer. Ah, Herr Klaus. I hope the accommodations are to your liking.
Oh, I'm never gonna finish my deliveries now. You let me go right this minute.
I'm afraid I cannot do that. You see, the Führer has taken a special interest in your well-being, and he wants to meet you personally. But in the meantime, a few of my intelligence people wish to speak with you first. You've been flying over Allied territory on your little midnight ride, and we want to know the locations of the Americans' encampments. I'm sure you will reconsider, Herr Klaus. Your whole purpose is to give gifts to those who are worthy. And you will soon see that none is more worthy of getting what he desires than the Führer. You may be interested to know that we have spotted a small group of American soldiers advancing on this position. Hoping to rescue you and save Christmas, no doubt. Perhaps if you will not tell us what we wish to know, we can ask them instead. They will resist, of course, but we will have plenty of time to convince them otherwise. After all, they will not be going anywhere. Unlike yourself. And also, unlike yourself, the Führer will not care what we do to them before we kill them. Let me know if you change your mind. The plane leaves in an hour. Germans, they'll have him stashed in one of the unused barracks or supply sheds.
Roger. Hey, you hear that?
Wait a minute, it's British. No, we walked right into the middle of an air raid. Let's get the hell out of here!
What are they shooting at us for?
Ah, they can't tell we're the good guys from up there. To them, we're just a bunch of scaredy crowds. Make for the tree line! Ah!
Sarge!
I'm okay, Private. I'm just a little stunned.
You could have been just a little dead. I think it's time we cut our losses and get out of here.
No.
What do you mean, no? We're down to 2, Sarge.
I mean, no! Look, we can't just let Hitler take Santa Claus prisoner. It'd be the end of Christmas as we know it. And I'd rather die than give up and go back to camp knowing that I didn't do everything within our power, to stop him.
Here's something else, you know that? Most people grow out of this sort of thing, but you're ready to throw our lives away over it. Look, Sarge, I hate to have to be the one to tell you this, but there's no such thing as Santa Claus. Now come to your friggin' senses and order a retreat!
I can't do that, Private. It'd go against everything that I believe in, not only as a soldier, but also as a decent human being. There's a madman in Berlin that's hell-bent on destroying everything that's good in the world. And we can't pick and choose what good things we want to defend and what good things we'll let him slide on. Now, we've got to fight him every step of the way, thwart every crazy scheme, and weather every sneak attack and ambush, and show him that we're just not going to stand for this, or anything else for that matter.
Now that's deep, Sarge. What good will all that do us if we march in there and find out there's no one to rescue?
I truly do not believe that's going to happen. I can't explain why. Now let's go. It sounds like the bombing stopped, and I'll be surprised if the crowds didn't hit the bunkers and weather the worst of it underground. We need to get over there before they come out and regroup.
Yes, sir. Someone's in here! Couldn't pass on the milk and cookies list. I see it, though I carried it. I don't believe it.
Is he alright?
Let's worry about that when we're out of here. Load him into the Jeep. I gotta hand it to you, Sarge. You're not the kind of guy to say I told you so.
You did the right thing, Briggs. I'm not gonna rub anyone's nose in that.
You Dummkopfs! Victory was within our grasp, and you let the Allies snatch it away! Did you at least get anything out of him?
No, mein Führer, but... Oh, well, there's always next to you.
I thought you said you were just a little stunned.
Field doc found some shrapnel when he checked me over. I guess I was luckier than I thought.
Well, you're never too old to believe in Christmas miracles.
That's the spirit.
At ease, men. Santa wants to thank you two personally for everything you've done.
It was nothing. Limeys did most of the work. We just picked up the pieces. Now that's not true, and you know it. I'd never have gotten away without the help of you two brave men. Look, Santa... I know what you're going to say, Private Briggs, and whether you believe in me or not isn't important, son. What is important is that you risked your life to help an old man do a little good on Christmas. Thanks. The old Santa's left some gifts for you all under the tree. I wish I could do more, but, well, it is still Christmas Eve, and I have a lot of lost time to make up. Thanks again, you two. Well, I'll be a son of a gun.
What is it?
It's an official Buck Rogers ray gun. I asked Santa for it when I was a kid.
Let me guess. You never got it, and that's what made you decide not to believe anymore.
Wouldn't you?
You don't just abandon your faith because things get bad, Briggs. Sometimes that's when you need it the most, to carry you through the bad times and to make them good again.
Like tonight, huh?
Exactly.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!